Now let's take a look at example number 2. Have you seen this letter E ever in the past? Anybody? Yes? In science, the E, right? Now, that E actually represents something different. I think what you're talking about is this one right here, the E at the end of the number. Now, that it's a calculated notation. That stands for times 10 to the. If you take chemistry, you should know this very well when you do the mole calculation, right? Now, this is an E for like exponential. This letter E, it's also meaning something exponential, but this E right here, actually represents a number. Now, instead of me telling you the number, let me go ahead and ask a calculator to tell you what the number is by looking at this button right here. Can you see the E button right here? E to the first power. Let's see what E is. Well, that just tells me that it's E because that's the exact value, but if you want to get the approximate, E is a number like this. No, pi is 3.14, right? This is it's a constant, but it's also an irrational constant, just like pi. So all I'm asking you to know is this. Ready? 2.7. Okay. Just think about E, it's equal to approximately 2.7. That's all I'm asking. I don't need you to know more than the 2 digits that I'm telling you right now. E is, you just assume E is 2.7. That will be more than enough. Yes. Now that E is for energy. Okay. So that is the capital E as for energy. E is equal to mc squared. E is equal to mc squared by Albert Einstein. When we talk about how mass could be converted to energy, okay, based on the mass defect of the atoms or the subatomic particles. But this is just E. So all I'm asking again is for you to know this E, letter E, it's approximately 2.7. Okay, just like when I say pi, what's pi and you say? 3.14. Okay, that's all I'm asking. So now, so for this kind of graph, how do you make this kind of graph? Well, all I'm asking here is this. What is e to the 0 power? Okay. E to the 0 power, it's 1. What's e to the first power? That's e, which is 2.7. Okay. All right. Now, what about e squared? Now, I know if I ask you to do 2.7 times 2.7 without a calculator, that's going to be hard. So what you can do? Think about this. 2.7 is pretty close to which integer? 3, right? What's 3 times 3? 9, right? So so 2.7 times 2.7 should be something close to 9, but less than 9. So so if you can put somewhere that's like 8 point something right here, I'll be happy. Now, if you want to know what 2.7 times 2.7 is, or what e squared is, I can tell you what e squared is. Well, that's 7.38. Well, close, but not that close. So 7.38. So e squared is 7.38. So somewhere right here. So if you have that, and now it's just like all the exponential functions. It cannot be 0 or negative. So that will be your horizontal asymptote at y equal to 0. And there we go. Let me draw a better looking graph. is a growth. Yes, it's getting bigger and bigger. So again, when we talk about, now here's a little terminology right here. If we say the base of the exponential function, the base, okay? So you look at an exponential function, you have the base and the exponent. If the base is a number that is bigger than 1, then it's going to be a growth. Because when you multiply by itself, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Okay? And what's the y-intercept? It's going to be 0, 1. We just did it. It's going to be a growth. Domain, again, the boring question for domain, it's always the all real numbers. And the range is going to be from 0 to infinity. The parent function is just the parent function, y equals to e to the x. Yes?
Yeah, what is
parent function means the very original one, okay? Like I would say, what's the parent linear function? Without any kind of transformation, correct? No, the parent function for number 1, it's t to the x. Everything else that I highlighted orange, those are the transformations. Okay, so the original parent linear function would be y equals to x. The original parent quadratic function would be y equal to x squared, so forth. All right, so for the next 2 days, okay, we will do a couple graphs as a review, but as of now, you should have a couple abilities for graphing. You should know how to determine the the asymptote. Okay, if there's no transformation, it's always going to be y equal to 0 because all the values must be at least greater than 0. Okay, when you have a number raised to a certain power, right? You should know that if the number on the base of the exponential function is bigger than 1, it's a growth. If it's a fraction less than 1, that will be a decay. All right. You should know that you will need 3 points for your graph. So propose any good 3 points, and you'll be good.